Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to the Zelda Twilight Princess livestream playthrough. The version that's in the PAL version. What I should say is the livestream that's in the PAL version. I shouldn't be saying version twice. That's not very articulate or creative. But anyway, welcome back. We, of course, did complete the, what's it called? Temple of Time, yeah. In the previous recording. Now, I was considering, in the last video, and honestly it was something that I was considering in the video before last as well, I was wanting to do some heart piece collecting, or engage in heart piece collection. I don't think I'm going to be doing that this time around either, and the reason why, and it's not my intention to get all heart pieces, let me make that very clear, but the reason why is because I think there is quite a lot that I need to get done before actually reaching the Sky Temple, and even if there's not all that much to get done, and I do believe that there is, the Sky Temple, or Temple in the Sky, whatever you want to call it, is already pretty long, at least for me. It takes me a while to get through it, and I don't really want to be going over 2 hours, not by all that much, you know, it's already 9:47 PM where I am, and I don't really want a super late night, and I do have things that I want to do after recording as well, so yeah, I don't really want to be having a super long recording. Therefore, I'm going to try and cut down the I don't know, preliminary activities that may take place prior to engaging in game progressing activities. But there is something that I'd like to say first. Actually, before that, I was going to do Skyward Sword today. The reason why I didn't do Skyward Sword today is because I had noticed that the console that was connected was my GameCube, not my Wii. There was a time when I would have all consoles connected, all at once, but I've decided to have my new console setup be a little neater. I don't really want to deal with cables everywhere, so I've chosen to not have all of my consoles connected at one time. They're all sitting there on the table, but they're not connected, so yeah, I realized that I wasn't in the mood to do that, so I thought I'd do Twilight Princess instead. I still have all 4 of my bottles filled. This actually looks pretty cool, I do have to say. Hello Daigor, hello A-Gaming, and hello Mina. It is Zelda, indeed. That is what we're doing. I should warp. Where are we heading? Perhaps Telma's Bar? I think that would be a fair guess. Bit of deja vu. We only did this in the last recording. But aside from the fact that I was going to do Skyward Sword, not this, there was something else that I wanted to mention. And that was that while I was setting up this recording, specifically while I was editing the stream information for this live stream, I was informed of the fact, never mind, I'm being interrupted by this guy, who deems it appropriate to scream at me before approaching me. Now, it's not necessary to scream, "Wait!" when I'm running in your direction. It would be perfectly appropriate to do so if I were walking or running away from you. And quite frankly, there is every incentive for me to be running in the opposite direction, with you pursuing me. But yeah, if you could just relax a little bit, I think maybe we would have a slightly more amiable relationship. I have come to deliver a letter. It is a letter from Renato, okay. Well, what does Renato have to say? In fact, this might be precisely what I was thinking of in my mind when I said that there was a lot to do before the Sky Temple. You know what? It might make a whole lot more sense, and I do realize that this livestream playthrough has gone on for a little bit longer than the ones that I've done before. But it might make sense for me to do all of the stuff before the Sky Temple in this recording, and then do the Sky Temple in the next one. Maybe that would make more sense, because to be honest, if I'm getting a letter from Renato, I have a sneaking suspicion that it relates to Ilya. And if it relates to Ilya, then it means we're going to do all the Ilya bullshit. And then we have to do the preliminary things relating to the Sky Temple. And then at that point, we'll be able to do the Sky Temple. So, all of that might take, you know, about an hour and a half. I'm not going to do the temple on top of that, so... yeah, we'll see how things go, but I don't think I'll be doing the dungeon in this video. Well, my business is concluded. Onward to mail. Well, at least you don't read my fucking letter like the guy in Phantom Hourglass. As much as I dislike you, and I really do dislike you, you're still better than that guy from Phantom Hourglass. Just gonna ensure that I can actually see my chat. Almost 6 AM and I haven't slept, says Daigor. Well, everyone's got their own sleep schedules. I would not be able to function with a non-existent sleep schedule like yours. About Ilya's memory, from Renato. Link. In fact, what does it mean that it has... I mean, it's not email. Was this the heading of the letter? Are these all the headings of the letters? Agatha's dream? Maybe. But, you know, it's not an email. It's not like I get the letter and it says on the letter about Ilya's memory, like a subject line. Anyway, it's not how letters work. Link. See, in fact, this is the letter. What we're looking at right here is the letter. He received this piece of paper. See how there's nothing written there except the substance of what's being said? Link. He wasn't even nice enough to say hello. There is something about Ilya's memory that I wish to tell you. I know you are busy, but please come visit me in my sanctuary in Kakariko village. Okay. Well, I was going to see your... I was going to say concubine. I don't know what I'm suggesting. Am I suggesting that Ilya is actually his partner? I don't really want to imagine that. But I wouldn't doubt for so much as a moment that there is a subculture, or rather a sub-community, some sort of, you know, underground predilection held by Zelda fans that relates to Renato and Ilya having children. But anyway, aside from that rather sickening thought, I think I should warp. Sorry, I need to very carefully consider what depravity should and should not be aired live. Kakariko village. That seems to be where we're going. I don't think talking to the woman... I guess I didn't make it clear. I was going to go to Telma's bar, you know, Telma, the one who doesn't just have the hots for Renato, but seems to actually think that they're a thing, but I don't think that's the case. I'm not really sure about it. But anyway, it's not something that I'm focusing on story-wise, so... you know, I'll let the people who've got a little bit too much time on their hands to worry about that. That's not me. I'm not that guy. Now, I think Renato is hanging around in here, isn't he? No, I believe so. I think this is his residence. I was actually saying something rather important before I was distracted by the guy with the letter. That's right. I was talking about something that occurred. I was so distracted by that postman and his short pants that I forgot to mention the thing that I was wanting to mention at the very start of the recording. Now, this relates to Twitch. Let me just say very clearly from the outset that Twitch are fucking stupid. That has almost always been the case. It is invariably the case, and it will forever remain this way. Okay? The only reason why Twitch is tolerable is because their competition is so stupid that I don't even think it's run by human beings. I think that YouTube, obviously they are the competition to Twitch, are being run by some sort of experimental AI, because I cannot attach logic to anything of what YouTube has done over the last 12 years or so. So that's why Twitch is somewhat tolerable. And I speak from a mechanical perspective, like what about Twitch makes it easier or harder for me to stream. I'm talking about the way the website works, things like that. All the little specifics along those lines, not things like what is Twitch doing in the community, how is Twitch dealing with certain streamers. That's not factoring into any of what I'm saying. Let me make that very clear as well. Let me now get to the point. I read on my streamer dashboard that Twitch have taken it upon themselves to remove the viewer counter for streamers. This is what they have written. It's very nice of them to write this. We want to make sure... Oh, well, no, this is the top part. Views, in parentheses, is going away on April the 14th. It's very good of them to give us such considerable notice. April the 14th, 2022. We want to make sure the stats you see are an accurate representation of your live audience and engaged community. This stat, as it exists today, doesn't meet this standard. Now, this is quite striking. In the first instance, it suggests that we as streamers are incapable of determining how many people we're actually engaging with our live streams, as if we don't take any notice whatsoever of viewer numbers, as if we don't take any notice whatsoever of interaction from the audience. They're going to help us out by removing functionality from the website. Now, I don't know what they're going to replace it with, but I actually find it useful to know how many people have watched my live streams overall. Why is that? It's because I'm not a very heavily viewed streamer. I've got a pretty small audience, so there is an element of satisfaction that I can get out of seeing that number grow, the number of total views that I've had throughout my streaming career. So, for them to remove it, and on such a weak basis, is really... it's illogical. It would make sense to have it be off by default as a stat to look at. I understand that they might find it to be unhelpful or irrelevant, but that's not for them to decide. That was never for them to decide. From the moment that they decided to have that there, that's something that we look at and use as a, whatever it is, a point of encouragement, a source of gratification. It doesn't matter how people use it. It's not for Twitch to take it away like that. It should be an option for people. So, I don't know if it's being removed entirely, which is to say that you're not going to be able to find that information anywhere, not just on the streaming dashboard, but anywhere. Either way, it's not for them to make this decision. It makes no sense. It does not help their platform at all. It's not an evolutionary measure. It's the opposite. It's regressive. So, I don't really understand it at all, but I just had to say that because someone has to. And I'm not going to be jumping on social media, ragging on Twitch about it, because in the first instance, I don't use social media, unless you consider Discord to be social media, which it sort of is. But I still consider social media to be Twitch, Facebook, all of that sort of thing. So, yeah, I don't really consider Discord to be part of all that. I'm not going to be getting on Twitter and messaging Discord with some indignant message about, Twitch about, or with some indignant message saying what you're doing is regressive and evolutionary. Well, Maybe that would be an appropriate thing to do, and maybe that would actually make a difference, but I'm not part of that world, that social media world. It's gross, and I don't want to be there. So, I'm not going to be one of those dissenting voices. But I will, at the very least, in my own capacity, say something about it, because it is stupid. Really, really stupid. It's not going to ruin my life. To be completely honest, I don't get all that much from that viewer count. I got a lot more out of my total viewer count on YouTube than I did with Twitch. I think because with Twitch, I really don't care about my viewership on it. I don't know why. I'm just really quite disconnected from that. I like my follower counter. I think that's good to see, but everything else I don't really care about. I don't even look at my views while live because I find it distracting. But, you know, I can still gauge audience interaction. So, there you go. I have been waiting for you, Link. Fortune has smiled upon us. If things go well, we should be able to recover Ilya's memory, which is not what he said. He phrased it slightly differently. Do you know Telma's friend Shad? Yeah. He's got a great name, doesn't he? Really rolls off the tongue. Well, it seems he is researching the heavens, and he has come here to see the statue in the basement of the sanctuary. And, as I've learned, when Ilya was saved, she overheard someone talking about the Rod of the Heavens or something like that. The Goron Elder believes that to help her regain her lost memories, we must piece together the fragments of her past. Which means, if we work our way backward from the very place where she lost her memory, we may find something that will restore it. Now we must retrace Ilya's path. I'm certain it was Telma who cared for her before she arrived in this village, was it not? It would be best to speak with her first. Please take this to Telma. Well, I was just there. Oh well. You got Renado's letter. It carefully details how to treat Ilya to get her memory back. Set it to Y or X to show it. It shames me to say it, but to be honest, I cannot abide Telma's company. Well, there you go. There's the confirmation that I was needing. It turns out that it is entirely one-sided. The thing that's going on between these two. We have a fighting chance, Link. Oh well. I suppose Telma putting the moves on him yielded not just no results, but negative results. Oh well. Tron says it was probably my heavenly rod. Well, your heavenly rod is probably the subject of frequent discussion among many people. But I don't know if it would be any of the people in this game. And to be completely honest, I would say most mentions of it would be from you. But anyway, let us warp. We are going back to Hyrule Castle Town, although we technically didn't go there before. We went to the Castle Town warp point, but we didn't actually go into Castle Town. Now we're going to, because we have to visit Telma. I'm going to ensure that my OBS window is open. Because one of the good things about my current setup, and I don't want to bore you with the specifics of my recording setup, but one good thing about it is that with two screens, the screen that I typically use to record HDMI-based games can actually be used to display my PC screen, and I can actually monitor the live stream. I wish I could do this all the time. Usually it's not, oh well, sorry, fucking hell, alright. I'll become a human. Will that make you happy? I don't know for sure if I can actually transform in Castletown, so just in case I can't, I'm going to speed things up, or at the very least cut down any time-wasting exercises by turning into a human now. I'm heading on through. To be completely honest, I wasn't paying all that much attention to why we're visiting Telma, but that's what we're doing. You would think that because I was reading it, I was comprehending it, but that's not always the case. I have a very complicated mind. Sometimes I've got a lot of things swimming around in my head that do not specifically relate to whatever I'm doing in that moment. Telma's Bar. Thanks for letting me know. How's that Ilya doing, honey? I'm sure that shaman will find a way to get her memory back. That Renato is a talented man, for sure. Again, talented, I'm sure, would be a word that she would like for me to construe as having a double meaning. But of course, he has not actually produced any talents along those lines, or put on display any such talents. Anyway, honey, you've got your own things to worry about, so you just make sure you do what needs doing right now, okay? Well, that was quite scintillating of you to say. I don't know what I actually don't know what I would have done. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what I would have done without being told that. You unsure? Oh, you unsure about what you ought to be doing, honey? Well, why don't you? I have gone. I'm here to give you a letter, woman. How am I supposed to give this to you anyway? Oh, never mind. It's actually an item in my item list. That's how that works. It is Renato's letter. Nearly said Renato. Oh, well. Oh, well, if it isn't from Renato, the shaman. All this writing and he doesn't bother to mention a thing about little old me. Honey, that is what I call rude. What I would call it is, well, indicative of something fairly incontrovertible, which is that he doesn't give a shit about you, woman, and you're gonna have to live with that. Well, there's no accounting for the foolishness of a man, and at least I understand Ilya's situation now. Of course I can lend a hand for that adorable little girl. What else do I know? The first one to bring Ilya to this shop was that doctor. I can't believe that you're still peddling this meme from times long gone. That's what you happen. Well, there you go. Well, the words did come out of my mouth, and while I was shocked at the time, it did happen, so yeah. Fair enough. Hold me to it forever. Maybe he knows something, but he's a crusty old bat, that's for sure. Ah, I've got it. Honey, you go ahead and take this to him. This magic little paper will get that codger talking. You got the invoice. This invoice is for the town doctor's running tab, which is an astronomical sum. Well, how does this woman turn a profit? I can't imagine that she's doing a roaring business. I don't think that if this guy has an astronomically large tab, that she's going to be doing too well financially. She needs to put her foot down. I'm sure it would be nice if she started remembering things soon, eh, Link? Well, by the sounds of it, it would be nice if this guy started paying up. Because this woman's going to end up on the street. I would imagine that he doesn't have much in the way of money. If you're wondering why it's so damn dark here, and I do realize that it is very dark, it is because I'm having to counterbalance what I can only assume is bloom. I think it's partially created by the fact that I'm forcing 480 progressive scan on a PAL game. It fucks with the colors a little bit. The game would definitely look better in the Japanese version. I'm pretty sure that it does, so yeah, and of course the regular NTSC version as well, not just NTSC-J. I mentioned the Japanese version because I have recorded and played the Japanese version. So it is a relevant comparison for me to be making. After this, I will be doing Wind Waker, but not immediately. I need to stress that I have a lot of livestream playthroughs that I want to do, and I don't want to be doing any rehashes. Admittedly, I don't actually have a livestream playthrough that is finalized and on the YouTube channel of Wind Waker. I readily recognize this, but I've done Wind Waker before. Technically twice. In the livestream playthrough format alone. I also did 2 Let's Plays of it and only one of those Let's Plays remains on the channel. The first one, which was in the GameCube PAL version, was not actually saved on the channel because I was having serious problems with my microphone. So, yeah, it sort of ruined that. So I took it off. That one was done in 2016. Well, 2015 and 2016, I guess. Whereas the other Let's Play that I did of Wind Waker, which was the HD version, I think was done between 2017 and 2018. The Miiverse was still going at that time. And I was able to get I was able to get Wind Waker HD with the tingle bottles working on camera for that Let's Play, which was very nice. But unfortunately, I did not yet have Twilight Princess HD on the Wii U. So regrettably, I was never able to experience the tingle bottle equivalent for Twilight Princess in the HD version of that game on the Wii U. So that was pretty sad, but whatever. What's that? Just as I wondered who it might be, I see it's the admirable young lad who was willing to help the Zora boy for nary a single rupee. Just what is it you want, lad? A physical? You've got money, don't you? Well, I would imagine that you're going to be in need of money very soon. By the way, that girl Ilya didn't mention anything about me, did she? Now, that's gross. And very Japanese. Anyway, very Japanese in the sense that they don't hold back. They don't pull any punches, you know. This guy has the hots for Ilya. This guy. Look, I can't pay this off right now. Yeah, that's right, I'm here to beat you for all that you're worth. I can see Telma's hired you as some sort of heavy to strong-arm me, but you'll have to wait. Look, lad, if I'd been able to sell the wooden statue that young lady had, I would have been able to get the money. But see, I accidentally spilled medicine all over that little carving, which made it stink awfully. I put it outside to dry, but then, well, it was stolen. Who goes around stealing people's stuff like that? What a world. You always have to be on guard, eh? Well, I'm going to remind you that outside is a public space in this town. There is no curtilage that you own around this property. It is, in fact, the public footpath. So if you put it out there, someone's going to think, oh, well, this person obviously doesn't want it, I'll take it. But I don't think that's actually what happened. What I'm saying is that what he's saying makes no goddamn sense. Look, Mr. Heavy. That's a great nickname for Link. At any rate, neither the money nor the carving is here, so I can't repay you. Now to work. Okay, so basically what we need to do is turn into a wolf, and we need to somehow get into that building, and I believe that I'll remember how to do it. And we need to sniff around for the medicine scent. Some would say medicinal. It is medicine scent, because we are referring to a specific medicine, not, you know what I mean. The point is that we are transforming into a wolf, we are going back into the town, and we're going to be sniffing around like a dog, because we are a dog at this stage. This guy is pointing a spear at me. I'm glad that he doesn't actually go for it and actually skewer me. How do I get in the building again? Medical clinic. This is not the first time I've had this situation arise where I turn into a wolf and I'm basically unsure of how to get in the building as a wolf. You are dressed like He-Man. Well, that's how He-Man would dress anyway. He's got the He-Man hair. Anyway. I'm just letting you know that when you want to run away from something that is threatening your life, you do not run towards it. I'm very sorry that I have to be the one to explain this to you. Again, look at this. I'm gonna run towards it. Oh shit. Yes, well that would be an appropriate reaction. Holding your hands in your head, wondering how you could have possibly gotten this far in life, being so profoundly stupid. That's That's perfectly appropriate. I hear voices coming from Giovanni's room, but I wonder if there's something keeping him in there. I don't know how that relates to anything that's currently taking place in my life or in your life. But anyway, why am I a wolf and why do I not know what I'm doing? I definitely need to be in that room. And oh, that's what I'm doing, yes. I need to actually get the statue. I need to learn the medicine scent. This is one of those moments in the game where you'd probably just not know what the fuck to do. You'd be sitting there going, how do I progress through the game? And then, you know, the magic of the internet in 2006, you know, just go onto a forum and type in, how do I do this? And someone's probably already asked the question. In the event that that someone hasn't asked the question, you go and say, well, how do I continue from this point in the game? And some guy will tell you. I can assure you that by the time this game had come out, there was plenty of that going on. It's not quite, you know, Nintendo Power era. Oh yes, it does have to be nighttime, as I recall. Basically, we need to kill Stal Children, or whatever the skeletal creatures are called in this game, and one of them will actually drop the statue. How do I pass time again? Is there a way to do that? I certainly can't pass time when I am in the town, so maybe I could pass time by looking for heart pieces or something, I don't know. Is there anything that comes to mind in terms of heart pieces? Is there anything that I have now that I couldn't access before? I have a distinct feeling that I've already made use of the spinner to get the heart piece that was in the obvious place, like I think it was... hold on. Yeah, I'm pressing every button except the button I want to press. Here we go. I believe that it is around here or something, I don't know. By the way, we're going to be going here soon. If you're wondering why that's not marked on the map, you won't have to wonder for too much longer, okay? But yeah, there's some place somewhere in the north where we can make use of the spinner to actually access a heart piece, but I'm pretty sure I've already done that. I have a memory of doing it, and I just can't imagine that being from when I was doing the Japanese version. Because that was a while ago now, that was like, you know, a year and a half ago. I think. Well, is the sun moving? I think that's the cloud that's moving there. Whoa! No, the sun is moving. It's just moving fucking slowly. I'm sure that there's a way to pass time. Maybe one way to do it is to warp. Let's give that a try. Go to Upper Zora's River. It has to be nighttime, okay? I'm not making that up. It's not some kind of preference. It's not a stylistic choice that I'm making. I don't think any time has passed whatsoever. Yes, it looks a little bit more orangey, but I think that's because of where I am, not because... Yeah, look at that, it's... I mean, shit. It has to go all the way over there. Wait, that doesn't seem right. My sense of direction is awful. This is actually pointing towards the west. I feel like that's towards the east. Whatever. I'm pressing every button that's not the button I want to be pressing, but whatever. What am I to do? I guess I have to look for some heart pieces, shit. What I will do is I will check online. The best way to do it at this stage is to, well, I was going to say check on my phone, but I do have my PC screen visible in front of me, and I've got my mouse and keyboard on a portable table in front of me. A table with wheels on it, if you can imagine. It's just delightful for my setup. I have to open Zelda Dungeon. Oh. I type in ZE into the address bar, and it's already coming up with Zelda Dungeon. It's like my web browser knows me very well. And even if in the event that by the time I've found a heart piece, it turns to nighttime, I will have achieved what I was seeking to achieve. And that is to pass time until the night... What is it? The night draws in like a big dark thing. A quote from The Day Today. obscure references, and I don't give a shit. Why am I hovering over Phantom Hourglass? By the way, I went and purchased Spirit Tracks. I don't think I actually mentioned this at any time on camera. I mentioned it on my Discord channel, but I did go and purchase Spirit Tracks because I realized that the Wii store was being closed soon on the Wii U, and I thought, well, fuck. I'm not going to allow this to happen. I'm not going to have the store close and I'm unable to get Spirit Tracks without modding my Wii U. And you better believe there's going to be a lot of Wii U modding. There's going to be so much piracy on the Wii U because of that store closing. Because of that store closing, if I want to enunciate properly. So, I don't really know what Nintendo's playing at, but I guess they don't care about money. And quite frankly, they've done a lot of things. They're so confusing, Nintendo. Sometimes they do things that are clearly focused on profit to the extreme, and then in other cases, they just don't seem to give a fuck about money. And I'm sure those of you who understand Nintendo will know exactly what I'm talking about, intimately. Alright, heart pieces. Sorry, pieces of heart. I used to call them pieces of heart, once upon a time, back in the old days. Now I just say heart pieces, it rolls off the tongue a little easier. I think we got the one from Lanayru Spring? After you've acquired the claw shot, you can enter Lanayru Spring in Lake Hylia. And to either the left or right, you'll find some vines. Of course, they say either the left or right to suggest that you might be playing on the Wii version. Why you would be, I've got no fucking idea. Unless you want to wallow in nostalgia. I'm playing Twilight Princess on the Wii. I'm so sorry if you did. If you did, then I'm so sorry. Must be hard to feel like you're playing the game backwards on every legitimate version of the game. Must be real hard. That's a curse. Having played the Wii version first is a fucking curse, and I feel sorry for every person who did that. Flipping the game so he's right-handed. Just goes to show that Nintendo really don't have a clue. I don't know if I've actually... I don't think I have acquired this heart piece. I'm just going to go out and say it. So it's in Lake Hylia, but... Lanayru Spring in Lake Hylia. Is that the one at the very top? Zora's Domain? No, perhaps not. Oh, Lanayru Spring in Lake Hylia. We're down here. Now that's a desert, you dickhead. Lake Hylia is down here. So where's the spring? Lanayru Spring. Well, it gives me a link. What is it? Lanayru Spring. I wish there were a better way to pass time. I don't mean to be boring in so doing, but whatever. Lanayru Spring is a location of a piece of... It's one of the 4 light springs. Oh, that place. Yes. I'm sure I'll be able to find it. Don't worry, we're doing this for a reason. Yes. There is definitely a reason. So that we may reach nighttime while actually getting something done, albeit very slowly and inefficiently. Alright, so the spring is over here, as I recall. Because I do have a functioning memory. And if I didn't, life would be pretty hard. Turn into a human. Alright. I have to really impress upon you that when this game came out, being able to transform into a wolf and then into a human and back and forth at your leisure was pretty fucking cool for a Zelda game. Pretty fucking cool. And I really do maintain, possibly rather pig-headedly, that the reason why this game is not celebrated enough is because most people played it on the Wii. That's why. I guess those are... Oh, I need to use the claw shot, that's right. Those are indeed the vines, but I was not going about it in the right way. Let's try that again. But seriously, this is a great game, and I wish that more people realised that. Oh dear. My GameCube is really struggling at the moment. It's making a bit of noise, you know. Makes me sad. My GameCube has been with me for so long, but it's never quite made a noise like that. Just makes me sad. It's aging. Is this where I want to be? I would imagine that I need to use the lantern. Yeah, that'll be it. That will be it. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm just pouring more wine if you wouldn't mind. Yeah. More wine. Now, if anyone was still unsure as to whether or not I will actually be doing the Sky Temple in this recording, as if I'm going to do that. Alright, put that away. I'm wasting oil. It's probably an oil shortage from the war with Ukraine. From Russia. I almost made it sound like I was Russian. Like I was at war with the Ukraine. I happen to not be, just letting you know. It's very, very rare that I'll actually make mention of something that is very of the times when I record. I try to have every recording that I be timeless. Let me rephrase that, because that was not coherent English. I try to have every recording that I do be timeless. Because, I don't know. I want there to be the best possible, or the highest degree of rewatchability possible. That's actually a priority of mine. This is rather nostalgic music, actually. A good way to pass time is bad-mouthing Nintendo. Well, it sure is. It sure is. Ugh. White wine. Well, it's almost nighttime. Of course, technically nighttime does begin at dusk, but I think that... yeah, we just need to wait for the sun to go a little further down. As I understand it, I'm always pressing every fucking button except for the one that I want to press. As I understand it, I can't really access that properly. Except from Hyrule Castle Town, although I could be wrong. Let's actually try to figure that out. I'm intrigued. Why isn't there a portal here? Whatever. Let's go the long way. I don't mind. I'm curious to see if I can access that from the area that we're about to enter. I probably can. I would suggest that at one time, during the progress of the game, I was unable to access it from here. But I think I can now. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. I do, I have changed where I look at the chat from. I do look to the side, I look in lots of different places these days. I do have a new setup. My setup at the moment has it just, like, over there. Over there. It's just next to my webcam, but in the distance. So, it's better when I don't have to look in weird places. The less I have to deliberately look at something, the better it is, I would say. We will be getting the horse call item when we finish what we're doing here. But of course, one of the big issues with the horse call item is indeed the fact that you get it way too late in the game. In my opinion, it would have been much better to get it when you actually start looking for the Mirror of Twilight. I don't know if the timing would have been better story-wise for Ilia recovering her memory or not. I'm not really going to work out how I feel about that. Oh, you know what? I don't think bombs can actually blow this up. I think it requires the ball and chain. Okay. Are you shitting me right now? Maybe it is a bomb. If it's not a bomb, then what the hell is this doing here and why is it blocked? Why? Why? I had no recollection of this, but I always knew in my heart of hearts that I couldn't access this from here. Maybe I have to try to blow it up from the other side. I don't fucking know. What's the deal? Why are you so inconvenient, game? I'm terribly displeasured by this turn of events. What? Are you telling me to wear a bunny hood? Whilst simultaneously suggesting that if I do not wear one while live, then I'm a fake Zelda fan? I don't know where this came from, but you need to leave me out of your weird fantasies. I have no desire to wear a bunny hood on camera. Lol, no. Or just tell me, don't give me the lol no, just explain it. Oh, bunny hood in the game when? You know, the way in which you comment in the stream suggests that I take great care to time what you're saying with what I've said in the past. I'm recording, man. I can't just roll back through my memory banks and think, well, what did I say 1 minute and 20 seconds ago that he is reacting to? I mean, there's a certain style in which a person has to converse with a streamer, and that's not how you do it. That's very confusing. I'm a fake Zelda fan for not knowing about the rock wall. Okay, so I wouldn't have assumed that, because that's a weird thing to say, but sure. It is indeed a joke, but it's a weird one. I did already go... Well, no, in the Japanese version, I did not reach that rock wall and go, oh, what the fuck, I can't go through there. This was something that I had to relearn in this game after always operating on the assumption that I couldn't actually go through here. I always knew in my mind that this was blocked, but I had forgotten why, and I've just relearned why. If I drank some hot... Oh my god. I do not have the patience, but I suppose I technically could. But there is another priority at the moment, and that is getting that statue. I passed time just to do this. Can I please get some... Oh, it's stall dogs, that's right. They're not stall children, they're stall dogs. As far as where they are, I don't know. I really do need... No, I need some stall dogs to appear, please. If they don't, then we're in serious shit, because I just passed all this time really not having achieved much at all. So if I can't engage any stall dogs here, then I'm really at a loss. Please don't tell me there was some other prerequisite to achieve. Should I try talking to the guy? I need to learn the scent, and the scent is on the statue itself. I think? Unless I'm getting this around the wrong way. Let's try this again. I don't really want to hang around here too much because I am passing time. No, you don't need to give him hot spring water before fighting the dogs. I know that for certain. But regardless, why am I going here? It's not going to help me. Oh, the guard is hiding. He's cowering in my presence. He's the guard. What's the point of having a guard if he's going to cower? Useless bastard. Any person who feels safe here is living a fucking lie. That guy is not someone that I would entrust with my safety. Hello. He sounded like he got punched in the fucking gut. Check. Medical clinic. Yeah, whatever. What if I pick up the bone? Hold on. Wasn't there like a little dog that I had to interact with? I swear there's a little dog. I seem to have this... No, maybe that's from earlier on in the game. It's like a little dog that you talk to. I mean, you'd think something would happen if I were actually out to eat you. But nothing's happening. You can keep sitting there and screaming if you want, but... Oh, is this the dog? Say, what do you like? I like picking stuff up, but I hate stone pavement because it makes my paws hurt. No one understands that. Well, stone pavement is still better than bitumen and tarmac and all of that. Never have your dog run on the road. That does hurt their paws for sure. It's a very rough surface. Yes, Midna. Look, I can't remember what I'm doing. Shit, do I really have to use a walkthrough? This is pathetic. I know that I was very partially confused in at least one of the versions that I was playing previously, but to have completely forgotten. Oh my god. Well, I do already have Zelda Dungeon open, so I'll make use of it, I guess. I'm not impressed about it, though. Don't open that picture. What picture, Doomlink? It was on Zelda Dungeon. In Search of the Sky, I guess, is the part of the walkthrough that I want to check. I haven't spoken to Shad yet. Oh, gross. All the screenshots, and I'd forgotten this, are from the HD version now. Which I guess makes sense. Most people would be checking the wiki or the walkthrough for the HD version. Follow the doctor, but head to the back of his room near the box on the right side. You can transform into Wolflink while inside the building. Okay, so that was the problem. I did not think that I could transform into Wolflink while inside. I thought I had to transform outside and then get in somehow. Very well. Did I talk to Louise the cat? No, she's not going to do anything for me. She'll pompously gaze at me and then, I don't know, say something that would belittle my character. What do you have to say? I wonder what that guy's doing. He's looking right over here. Look, that guy's standing directly across from us. See, he's staring right at us. Okay. You two getting ready for some sort of homoerotic rendezvous? Like, what is going on? He's looking over here. I wonder what his story is. Just kiss, fuck. The man's standing directly across from us. See, he's looking right at us. Well, I'll just let you two do your thing. Just take it to a private location when things get spicy. If you wouldn't mind. Alright, so I'm hidden. Well, hidden enough. Now I need to move this thing, okay? This is where I get the medicine scent. Sniff. Yeah, sniff. Forget the reekfish scent and learn a new smell? Yeah. Can I learn Ilia's scent again? I'm quite perturbed that I was forced to forget Ilia's scent. Well, I don't think they did, Tron, so... that says it all, doesn't it? Alright, I've learnt a new scent, so let's get out of here. I think I have to now... I don't believe that I can transform into a wolf until I leave here, but... yeah, I'll leave, and then transform into a wolf again, and then come back, and then use my sense. Maybe when this is all over, I can learn Ilia's scent again. and I can sniff her all day. As a dog, I'll be her pet dog and I'll sniff her. Alright, I'm gonna stop being disgusting now. Kingdom Hearts 4 got announced yesterday. Potato is basically my gaming news. Because I wouldn't know of these things if it weren't for him. Can't wait to play it in 12 years. Okay, that's probably slightly hyperbolic, but anyway. Well, I already know where I'm supposed... Whoa! Never mind, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I'm rather confused. Oh, hello! You're looking for the... Oh, it turns out that the cat actually has something useful to say. Sorry, Tron, you actually had given me some useful information. But I did have to do something before talking to her anyway. You're looking for the wooden statue that Ilya had, aren't you, dear? I think it's a coincidence that I happen to know it got stolen from the doctor's place. I must have read that incorrectly. Yes, I'll admit it, I took it. But then I was attacked by some sort of skeletal dog beasts who took it from me. I don't know why those beasts were after her statue. I thought it likely that she was in a dangerous spot, though. Those fiends lurk just outside the southern gate. Unfortunately, they only come out at... Excuse me. Unfortunately, they only come out at night. Well, that is rather unfortunate, isn't it? That statue sounds like a key to getting Ilya's memory back. You must get it back. Can you just relax? I'm going to, so stop issuing orders to me. Show some fucking respect. I'm a wolf and you're a cat. Now, if you were some sort of large cat, like a panther or a leopard or something along those lines, then maybe you could speak to me in that tone. But you're not. You're a domesticated, fluffy creature. So you can shut it. Alright. So we should have some stall dogs appearing. Here we go. This is what I wanted. And you know what we're going to do, don't you? You know precisely what we're going to do. This is how we play this game. And eventually the statue will appear. Eventually. Okay, I know what a yellow rupee is and how much it's worth. Okay, well that's great. I've never seen this happen before. I had yet to, or maybe I had actually picked up a 10 rupee. Let's just call that a blue rupee, thank you. Maybe I had already picked up a blue rupee. I was thinking that maybe I had picked up the blue rupee and I was about to hold it above my head, but because this scene had to play, it overwrote that. So, or overrided that. Whatever. You got the wooden statue. This oddly shaped statue is said to have once belonged to Ilya. Said to have? I think I can trust the word of the people who have apprised me of this information. It might be a clue that will help Ilya get her memory back. It might be. I mean, why are they being so vague about it? It's, you know, like they're adding a... allegedly, this is what's happening. I mean, we're not going to confirm it for sure because, you know, we have to be certain that we're not giving false information. The validity of what's being said must be confirmed beyond a shadow of a doubt and beyond peradventure before we can actually, you know, claim it to be fact. I mean, shut up. I know that this is what's going on. Just relax. Anyway, after all that, now that I have the statue, what am I doing with it? Am I talking to the woman? Does the woman have... Oh no, I think rather than the woman, I think I have to go to the girl. The woman has already been spoken to. I've much more to say to the girl. I found Ilya's wooden dildo. So many memories, says Potato. Sometimes you need the mind of a really, yeah, that's the word, warp. You need a warped mind sometimes. Because I wouldn't have thought of that. Ilya's wooden dildo. Well, admittedly, no, don't put wood in your snatch. Don't do it, please. I don't care if it's medieval times, don't put wood in your snatch. Just don't do it. That's just awful. I mean, admittedly, people put glass in their snatch, but you know. Admittedly, it would be a little bit worse to cut yourself with glass than with wood, but... let's not continue along this discussion, or this line of discussion. Well, thank you, Tron. I don't even want to repeat that, but anyway. No, I will. Oh, yes, I remember how this feels. I remember pretending this was your heavenly rod. Yes, well, thank you for the reference. Did Telma say... Oh, you know what? I don't actually have anything to say to you, Renato. I would like to communicate the significance of this weird thing to the girl who is rather downtrodden. Oh yes, all the contours of this phallic object are precisely what I need to get off. I remember something. I was confined somewhere. Yes, and someone forced it into my orifice, and anyway. And I was saved by whoever was confined with me. And when that person set me free, they gave me this statue. Yes, I remember that much. But that means that person is still in trouble. Oh, what is wrong with me? I can't remember where that place was. I remember, says the man with the saggy tits and the rock-hard nips. This story really is getting out of hand. I thought I had seen that before somewhere. That belonged to the tribe that protected the Hylian royal family long ago. Okay, Radiotron. They worked in secret, so they lived in a lonely, forgotten place. But I heard that tribe dwindled in the prolonged wars. If you want to find that hidden village, look for a path leading to the Lanayru province on the far side of the Bridge of Eldon. But a rock slide blocked the way to the village long ago, so you can't get there anymore. What? Oh, I do not mean to worry you, little human. Problems like these are not problems to Gorons. Yeah, get Flathead in there.
I smash rock. I have nothing else to actually contribute to any person or group except to smash rocks.
Which is basically what's happening. I mean, imagine having that guy as your patriarch. I don't think he said a word. He got taken over by some evil force and then, you know, he exists as a big muscly man. But I guess it's one of those tribes that values physical strength over mental fortitude. Our patriarch Darbus, he even sounds dumb just through his name, will be waiting for you up ahead. Look at your map to see where. I do have a feeling that I can warp faster than that guy can do his little run. It's just a guess, but yeah. I would try to find the path beyond the Bridge of Eldon that leads to Lanayru province. Can you stop looking so forlorn? Your lugubrious expression does not behove you, or it does not behove you to express yourself in such a sad and downtrodden way. Anyway. What am I doing? I'm warping, that's what I'm doing. Good thing I'm not forcing myself to do the Sky Temple, could you imagine? We're already an hour in, I feel like I haven't done anything. Alright. I'm sure we've done something, but what I would also say is that I'm sure that we could have done this faster. I have very little doubt of that. Goron Guile? Well, that's true enough. Thank you for your contributions, Tron. I don't know what I'd do without them. Alright, we're almost at our destination already. I am remaining in wolf form so that I may cover this distance faster. Alright. Here it is up here, and our friend Darbus will be smashing away, presumably. If he's not, then fuck him. Did he already smash his way through? I actually think he did. What's going on? Oh, here he is.
Roar! I smash rock. Roar! Look at my nipples. They are as hard as stone.
There is a hidden village up ahead, little human. The elders call it a forgotten place. This scent that has been burning my nostrils, it is the scent of evil. There is one powerful creature I have seen about, but under that beast are many minions who attack and plunder like a pack of hyenas. Are there hyenas in this world? Let's not question it. There are 30, no, at most 20 of them ahead. Well, why? I'm not going to question it. They are probably just a small band of survivors, ragged remnants who have settled, leaderless, into this village. If that is all there are, little human, then you alone are more than enough for them. But you will have to defeat them all to save that girl's benefactor. You can stop screaming at me. That's what you can do. You can achieve a state of calm and decorum, and you can shut up. Before you go, I will tell you the secret to besting them. Destroy them all before they spot you. Got it, little human? Go away. Thanks, but go away. I don't have to stoop so low as to converse with one who screams in my face for no reason whatsoever. No, it's the Wild West. I'm gonna fuck my sister. Yeehaw. Alright. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. I just had a sudden moment where I had to express that. Now, I have to remember the one that I couldn't find. I remember somewhat recently. Voice reveal, yeah, sorry, that's my... I don't know what happened, I just... the veneer just evaporated. I suddenly, upon seeing this western town, had to express myself in my real voice. But yeah, what I was saying, or what I was trying to say before I was interrupted, was that there is one moblin, or bokoblin in this case, that I am often unsure of where to find. And I hope I can remember where to find him. I think I can remember where to find him. At this time, I'm not quite sure. Oh, okay. Well, that's great. At this time, I'm not 100% sure. But I do think that I'll be able to work it out. Upon the strength of my prior experience. In literally wandering around this whole fucking place. Excuse me, trying to find these guys. I remember that I spent a considerable amount of time looking for one. I wasn't really looking for one, I was chatting to Ethan at the time. And I was subconsciously wandering around this place. I wasn't actually properly looking for it. So, just so you know, I did not legitimately spend that much fucking time looking for it. Jesus Christ. I don't have to snipe you though. I can do that. I can kamikaze. Or kamikaze something. Whatever. I can assure you that at one time it was kamikaze. Because English people didn't know how to fucking pronounce it. I mean, they knew how to pronounce it, but... in their way.
Kamikaze. Kamikaze.
Stop it. Your fire rate needs to be, quite frankly, reduced. It's too high. Alright. Goodbye. I'm getting to yeah, I know the fucking... I know how this works, man. Why is your fire rate so high? I don't appreciate it at all. Yeah. Now take that. Link is pretty sturdy. He can take a fucking arrow. A flaming arrow in the chest and he's like, no problem. Check that out. This is so 2006. Anyway. The one thing that I find to be totally unnecessary in this game is Link's fancy sheath of his sword art. I don't really think that's necessary. Alright, we've got 4 left. Let's head up here. Good night. I'm not sure if I had produced enough strength with my thrust or with my sword swing that you would go flying in that sort of way, but here we go. I'm up here now, which is good. I'm glad that I'm up here. I think the one that I couldn't find was the one up here. I think this guy had eluded me. That's what I believe to be the case. I've got plenty of arrows, I can deal with this. I don't think there's one over here. Oh, there's one left. Okay, and I think I know where he is. I believe that he's around the back here. I think we're alright. I'll work it out, baby. To whom I'm referring as baby, I couldn't even begin to guess. Go up. Fuck. I believe he's back here. Could be wrong. It seems that I am. I'll find him. I'll find him. Again, I'm quite convinced that the one that I killed, whilst saying that was the one I couldn't find before, was indeed the one that I couldn't find before, so I shouldn't have any issues, right? Key word being shouldn't. I'm sure the time will come when I'll find him. Maybe he's up there. Let's go back up. I'm pretty well convinced that he's up here somewhere. Pretty well convinced. Or not. Come on. Well, he's not there, I know that. Why is it... Seemingly when there's one left, I just can't find them. Or him, whatever. How stupid is it that last time I couldn't find the one up there or wherever. Hold on. Oh, you little dick. Yeah, I know where you are. I've come to realize that you've chosen to hide a little bit. Yeah, okay. Alright. I'm not doing too well with my aim today. Goodbye. Well, that's nice of you to fall right in front of me like that. I love how this woman can actually sense in her waters that that very last bokoblin has been killed. That very last one. She just knows. The howls of the beasts, they've faded into silence. You know what? If the beast was howling, I wouldn't need to wonder where he was. Unless she means it figuratively. Wait, are you the savior? It's you, the savior. Please, please forgive me for not opening up the door. Well, I didn't try to open it. And it's just as well, because otherwise I would have beaten it down and struck you down along with the door. My name is Impaz. I'm the last resident of this poor village. Do you mean poor As in you're in a very regrettable socio-economic state? Or do you rather mean that the village is in a lamentable state? I don't quite know. My name comes from the Great One who built this village long ago. Tron, that joke is so bad that that might be the worst joke I've ever seen. And then you saw fit to explain it. I'm sorry. Okay, so Impa with a Z on the end, okay? Tron wrote in the chat Impa Ball Z. It is that bad. I'm sorry that you don't think that it's that bad, but it is. It's shocking. I'm floored by what you've written. Anyway, this village was once the secret home of a proud tribe who served the royal family. And then to assume that I didn't get it. Jesus, I got it, but fuck. Can't even call that a low-hanging fruit. That's more like, I don't know, I feel like you'd have to really think about how to come up with a joke that bad. But it fell into decline and became infested with dangerous beasts. It's become an awful place. Excuse me for asking, but is your name Link? Oh, I knew it. So then, you came to save that nice girl. I should rephrase that to actually say, so you saved that nice girl, because that's what she said, not whatever I said. How lovely. When she was here, she would often cheer me up by saying that you would come to help. That sweet girl, she worried about this old woman, even as I helped her to escape from here. I gave her my wooden dildo, but not even that was sufficient in cheering her up. By royal order, I can't leave this place until a certain person arrives, no matter what terrible fate is visited upon it. But, listen to me blather on. I have a favour to ask. Would you help me return this to her? I think she always kept it close to her heart, but even so, she didn't hesitate to part with it in order to protect me. Well, I would have quite preferred that she gave it to me at the start of the game, if this was something that was in her possession. You got Ilya's charm. Ilya left this charm with the woman who saved her. This is the key to getting Ilya's memory back. Okay. The wooden rod has been passed down from generation to generation, yes. It has an eye as well. All the things it's seen. I feel sorry for it. I believe in my heart that it's kept me safe all this time. So please, I ask that you return it to that girl. Are you just going to keep living in this shithole? I think it's time to move. Go to Kakariko, I'm sure they'll look after you. You're about the same height as that deformed baby, so... Actually, no, the deformed baby has moved too. He's moved up in the world, or she, whatever the fuck it is. I don't even think it's got a gender. It's definitely an it, whatever it is. But what I can say is that it's moved to Castle Town, so maybe she can take up residence where he is left. Assuming it's a he. I am, indeed, assuming. I don't think anyone's going to get scared if I transform right here. Is she going to see my head suddenly bob down and get scared? Is she going to freak out over something like that? That's not my responsibility at that point. It's her fucking problem. She can just relax. See someone's head bob down and has a fucking hut. Hold on. I can assure you, Midna. Now I love you dearly, Midna, but it must be said that she cannot see around corners. If she can, then once again I must say that that's not my problem. If she wants to look at me to the point where she's willing to gaze around a corner to continue looking at me, then she's gonna have to live with what she sees, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm out of sight. If she's that perverse, then fine. What controller color would you say is definitive for this game? What? Perhaps I would replace the word definitive with appropriate. Don't think there would be a definitive control of color. I would say black with golden buttons. Well, I'm guessing you're talking about what custom GameCube controller would work well with an imaginative special edition GameCube version of Twilight Princess. Well, yes, it would be black with gold buttons, I would say. That sort of color scheme would be about right. Or sort of a bronze color. Maybe a bronze controller with golden buttons or something like that. Because the thing is that Twilight is somewhat synonymous with dusk. And dusk is, you know, that orange, that dark sort of mixture. Gold, orange, black, I mean that whole mixture of colours. That is the general palette that we are touching upon. But yeah, I would say that black and gold would be appropriate. Although maybe the whole controller being black would be a bit too much. I think I'd be happier with a bronze colour for the controller, and then have the buttons be black or gold or something, or maybe even a mixture of the two. No, I don't think teal would work. I mean, no. Sort of, but no. Ilia's charm. Get a load of this. Then she closes her eyes. I knew you once. Really? Fucking hell. You know, because of this, you got replaced. Midna is the number one girl in my heart. Long ago, when we were young, you and I... Yeah, you show me your wee-wee and I'll show you my, whatever that would be. Let's not come up with a word. You were always beside me. Okay, well, don't start crying. Jesus. She remembered my name. And what she's also remembered is all the times I've abused that horse that is rearing in the background. Which, as I recall, Sasha Silvermoon said that that was too dramatic. And she's a goyle. If even she thinks that's too dramatic, then I must insist that you're being too dramatic. And then you need to leave us alone. Give it a rest. There's nothing like that going on, okay? This gift was meant for you. It was something I wanted to give you before you left on your journey. We did not leave together, just so that you know. Please, Link, take it. Had you given it to me before I left on my journey would have been slightly less perilous. It would have made a big difference, but no, you just couldn't do it. I was too busy abusing the horse that you had some sort of desperate attachment to, that you decided to not give it to me. You got the horse call. Ilia made this just for Epona. See? It wasn't even for me! Case in point. The girl is obsessed with the horse. I just happen to be the owner of the horse. By association, she's interested in me. But if it were not for the horse, she wouldn't care. She'd find some other horse and possibly some other guy. But a guy would not be required. She'd just find a horse, and whether there's a guy or not, she'll be perfectly satisfied. She's got problems, okay? She's got a horse fetish. You don't need to worry about me any longer. Whenever you return, I'll be waiting for you. But if Epona's not with you, I'm not interested. I just noticed that Link's eyes actually matched the Master Sword in that shot. Just in case you needed to know, Link does not have purple eyes. Just felt that that was necessary to mention. Link, do you remember what I was saying about the Rod of the Heavens? I think I want to be intimately introduced to the Rod right now. Well, actually, it was about the messenger to the heavens who held the rod. Do you want to be the next person to hold the rod? Well, tough luck, because there's someone else to whom my rod belongs. And it's a much better character than you. The nice woman who saved me told me about it. Apparently in this woman's village, they guarded something for the heavenly messenger for generations, so they await him. They can't give this item away until the messenger arrives with the rod. You're really gonna get me to whip my cock out in front of an old woman. That's why the lady couldn't leave her village, you see. She's gonna want to leave when I'm done with her. She won't be able to leave. If she's having trouble walking now, fuck me sideways, she'll really be... I need to get off this subject. Say, Link, do you have any idea who this messenger to the heavens might be? Or even what the rod is? Oh, I know exactly what the rod is. Oh, brilliant. I just need to... I need to get the best followers and primes and viewers from my Strum store. Yeah, my Strum store. I'm gonna buy 10 each, says Tron. Well, not if I buy 50. I'm feeling like a high roller today. Anyway. I would have no hope of achieving anything of worth on Twitch if it were not for the lovely, free websites where I can get followers. People who really care about what I do. I just have to buy them. I buy people. There is a person sitting on a computer who has, you know, put themselves up on a website to say, I'm going to follow a person if they give me the money. And I'm going to be a loyal, faithful, and assiduous follower of whomever purchases me. That's exactly what happens in the world of free follows. In case you needed to know. I'm greedy, am I? Sorry. Alright, I'll let you have some of them, okay? I don't want to be characterized as some sort of self-absorbed individual. Some sort of excessively aravist man. Am I even... No, I'm not even going to the right warp point. I'm defaulting to Castle Town because that's where I've been so many times before. Where I actually want to go, and I did not... Hand on heart, I did flick my analog stick down to select warp. You know, the action of selecting warp is a two-part action. The first part is flicking down on the analog stick. The second part is pressing A. I flicked down on my analog stick and pressed A, but for reasons beyond my reckoning, the game did not register my downward flick on the analog stick. So I selected transform into a human. It is not what I intended to do. At all. Anyway. It is raining a lot outside. The last time I was remarking upon loud rain outside, it was not audible on the recording, so yeah. I'm not going to talk about it all that much. I'm going to enjoy the ambient noise on my own, and then just assume you can't hear anything. Because, yeah. But it is quite loud. There's lots of rain, and it's nice. It adds a certain... Well, it's actually quite fitting because the last recordings that I did, or at the very least what I remember to be the last recordings that I did of my original Twilight Princess Let's Play that ran from 2015 to 2016, were done in the rain. Now, I was not in the rain at the time, but it was raining. Maybe I should have said that they were done while it was raining, because if I say they were done in the rain, it does quite clearly suggest that I was being rained on at the time. Which is not how that happened. Although it might have been rather entertaining. It wouldn't have been entertaining for me, however, because I think at that time I was still using a headset mic. Actually, no, I was not. I was using my Behringer C120. Which, incidentally, is not that great of a microphone, but it's better than a headset mic. Is that girl doing alright? Nope. She is still struggling with the fact that I've been boning a midget in her absence. I haven't much to offer, but please make yourself comfortable here. Fuck off. I'm going to present to you my rod, and your life will never be the same again. Hey, that rod! It's the rod of my dreams. That wooden dildo couldn't even hope to compare. It is the rod of Dominion, and you're going to be my first subject. Ah, could it really be? Are you the messenger to the heavens? What? No? I'm here to bone you, old lady. Get on your hands and knees. Among the legends of my clan, there is a story from the time when the Uka still maintained contact with the royal family. Yes, it is said, or rather, it said that a mysterious rod was handed down from the people of the sky, and was called the Dominion Rod. The rod was only to be carried by the messenger to the heavens when the royal family needed to communicate with the Uka. Why would you want to? I've communicated with an Uka. She's a creepy, blue, saggy-nippled bird, and I regret every moment of communication that I have had the displeasure of experiencing with her. From generation to generation, my ancestors have guarded the book that, by royal decree, was to be given to the messenger of the heavens, or rather, to the heavens, because I evidently cannot read. This is that book. Please take it. Okay, it looks pretty scrappy, but I know who needs it. You got the Ancient Sky book, a book written in the Ancient Sky language. A crucial word in it is missing some characters. This is a hint to finding a path to the sky. This book is written in the ancient language of skywriting. I am so glad I stayed in this village. If I had not met that young girl, what would have become of me? I don't know, you would have been raped by goblins or something. Meeting that girl must have been ordained by the gods, so that I could be here today to pass on this knowledge. Well, evidently, you being a recipient of my heavenly rod was not ordained by the gods, because that has not happened. I say with considerable regret. I see. Well, thank you, Tron. I feel very much enlightened by that. Alright, let's warp and head back to Kakariko Village. We're going back and forth at this point. We do need to go and speak to Shad. We have not hitherto spoken to Shad. Not because I have anything against him, but because I was rather focused on other matters. Appertaining to the girl who previously wanted me between her legs, but only because I had a horse that she was rather fond of. But now that that is over and done with, we are going to have a chat with old Shad, whose name, again, strikes me as being very poorly thought out and very Japanese, you know. It's some Japanese guy going, God, what's a name that sounds kind of Western? Shad sounds kind of Western. Which is exactly what he would say, because he doesn't speak Japanese, of course he doesn't. Anyway, is this where I want to go? I think it is. I believe it is. Yes, it is. I'm glad that I got it right on the first try. Hello, Shad. Oh my, colour me surprised if it isn't Link. What a coincidence, meeting you in a place... Hold on. I'm playing the PAL version. Why was colour spelt incorrectly? C-O-L-O-R. That is not the correct spelling of colour. That is the American spelling of colour. I'm playing, at this time, the PAL version. Why are words spelt incorrectly? What's going on? Whatever. What a coincidence. Meeting you in a place like this. How very odd. Oh, hello there. That's generally the first thing you say. Is this guy so incapable of conversing with a person in a non-awkward way that he actually greets you after having already spoken to you for like a full 30 seconds? What's wrong with this person? Oh, hello there. You see the O? The O is a recognition of the person to indicate that the individual in question, being Shad, was not previously aware of that person's presence. Okay, but he had already been speaking to me, so what's going on? I came here today to look into the Hyrulean legend of the sky beings called the Uka, but to think that you would appear here with such perfect timing. You really are a rather extraordinary fellow, aren't you? You are also rather extraordinary, but not in a good way. I've found it at long last. Observe this statue. It's the same as the one in the manuscripts my dear father left me. There are many similar statues around Hyrule. This one seems to be different. Here, look at the belly. There's something written there, you see? This too was in my father's notes. It is called skywriting, I believe. Awaken us with the word that breaks the seal. Yes, indeed, that is what it says. I'll take you at your word. Wait a moment. Isn't that Ilya a friend of yours? It's simply tragic how she lost her memory. I can assure you that she's got it back. But not to her benefit. Because I've moved on. And I'm also going to move on from that topic of discussion. And that rod of the heavens she mentioned, I'm sure it has something to do with the word that breaks the seal. Isn't there a way to restore her memory? I'm certain it would help us figure this all out. Well, get a load of these. What's this? Ah, it's skywriting. Where in the blazes did you get this? You don't suppose this could be the word that breaks the seal? Right, let's try it out. Yes, Ethan.
Come on, Donkey Kong, show him your muscles.
No reaction. I guess that wasn't the secret word. I just made a reference that only Ethan understands, so you're not allowed to laugh, Arexion. There are precisely 10 people alive on this earth who understand that reference. And prior to a day or so ago, it was 9 people. So it is not this statue. Oh! Link, thanks ever so. That is a sentence that I would not, in my wildest dreams, contrive. Thanks ever so. That's called turning, I guess, formal speech into informal speech whilst remaining formal, if that could in any way be possible. You have brought me one step closer to solving this puzzle. I shall give the book back to you. I don't fucking want it. Now, I shall try this word on other statues. You do that. Whatever makes you happy, man. I have made the rounds of these statues so many times that I have memorized their locations. I can imagine. I don't think you've got much else going on in your life, man. I will place marks on your map so you can find them, in case you wish to track me down. I don't really want to track you down. I think I'll be alright. I'm not deeply obsessed with your movements. I think I'll just find you when I need to talk to you. And I'm not going to be following you like some sort of stalker. Remember, every one of those marks is near an owl statue. Now, if you'll excuse me. You are excused. Although I did not offer... Oh, what's going on? Oh, that's right, the Dominion... Oh, I see. The words have restored the Dominion rod to its original splendor. It is now a functioning rod. So therefore the words must be some form of Viagra if we are going to keep with the metaphor. Power has returned to the Dominion rod. Set it to and swing it with Y or X to breathe life into statues. When imbued with life, the statues move in the same way as their master. Yes. Okay. Why am I roasting his hobby? I'm not roasting his hobby, I'm roasting him. The writing in the book was a spell that imbued the staff with magic. Thanks, Midna. Fucking hell. Really? Now you can do to the other statues what you did before. So, he did say he would mark your map wherever there was a statue, didn't he? Well, I didn't see any gesture from him that he took my map out of my pocket, marked it, and then put it back in my pocket. At least I don't think he did that. Maybe he did do that and I really didn't notice. Anyway, I have to take a trip to the little boy's room. I will be back momentarily, and I do regret that I must leave you for a short time. I'll be back momentarily. It really wouldn't be the same without you, Ethan. Me going to the bathroom and then you saying in the chat, "He's pooping, guys!" I don't know what I'd do without that. Oh wait, I do without that all the time. Yeah. And it's actually not all that bad. Yeah. Long story short, shut up, mate. Shut your fucking mouth. You bellend. Alright. I don't think there's anything to do down here. As far as I'm aware, there isn't. Well, there you go. Big fucking dead end. What is this? What precisely is this achieving? There's some sort of scaffolding. I mean, it's either scaffolding or a supporting structure. But it does not appear to be achieving anything, so I'm going to move on. And I'm going to speed things up, which might not actually, in truth, speed anything up, by claw-shotting to the top. Alright. Now... Oh, hello. Do you have anything to say? I mean, you are staring off into the distance in a way that is so creepy that I don't think I want to talk to you, but I'm going to do it anyway. I will be alright, Link. I'm only partially insane. I'll be waiting here with the children until you return. So don't worry about us, okay? And then she proceeds to stare at me like this. Jesus. Well, I'm glad I've already found a better girl. Anyway. What are we doing now? Are we ready for the Sky Island? No, we're not. We have the Dominion Rod. That's right. I think we have marked on our map all the different locations that we can interact with statues using the Dominion Rod. Yes. There isn't a location in this sector. Let's head to Lake Hylia. No, we're not heading to Lake Hylia. We are heading to a different location. It is almost 2 hours in. Could you imagine if I did the Sky Island in the same recording? I think I might have done that in one of my previous recordings. I think what happened, now this is my recollection of the circumstance, I did something like a 4 or 5 hour long recording of this game. I think it was the Japanese version. And I did all of the stuff leading up to the Sky Island, plus the Sky Island. And then I did a Mario Kart stream with Ethan, and I was gone. I'd had some really heavy beer with whiskey on top, and I was like, oh, fuck me. And I was having to race with Ethan, and we were streaming, and that was heavy. I was not all there, let me tell you. That was the stream where we had a rather in-depth conversation, which would have been perfectly fine had I not been trying to race at the same time, which is pretty damn hard when you're fucking totally gone. I mean, I'm telling you, you have a few heavy Belgian beers on their own, and you're already, you know, on the edge of going to sleep. And then you add some whiskey on top of that, yeah, stop it. No one can see me from here. Who precisely is looking at me? Can you tell me? Renato. He's strolling around out the front of these premises. Okay. Let us now go here. Bloody hell. But anyway. I do recall that I had a very long recording when I was doing the Sky Island in the last live stream playthrough. I don't know why it takes me so long to get through the Sky Island. I don't know if it's me, or if it's... Stop that. I've changed my mind. Whatever I was seeking to do, I've changed my mind. Alright. Transform into a human. Hey Ethan, are you at work at the moment? If you're not, then I'll call you after this live stream, okay? If you are, then I guess that won't work. I think this needs to form a pathway, although I don't know how that's going to work. Oh, I do know how that's going to work. We can actually use this, and I do believe this is for a piece of heart. I would not be taking the time to do this unless it were a piece of heart, so rest assured that this is worthwhile. Oh, this thing can't attack. What a useless statue, honestly. I know you're doing your best, but fucking hell, you're useless. Alright. Okay. It's worth mentioning that you can't really do the climbing animation with this thing. In other words, you know, you make a jump and then you really barely make it and then you grab on with your arms. Link, for one reason or another, becomes a cripple and cannot extend his arms before... Alright. But it won't fit in your wallet, so let's put it back. Have you ever considered eating a dick? Asshole. How much is the magic armor? I'm tempted to find out. Let's find out. How much is the magic armor? If it's 500 rupees, I'm buying it. That's it. It might actually be more. I really don't know how much it is. I think it could be 500 rupees. Again, if it is, I'm buying it. I just want to get rid of these rupees because I don't want to hit the maximum. And I do need to get all of the magic, golden, whatever the fuck they are, bugs to be able to get the 1000 rupee cap. So, yeah, long story short, I'm not doing that. I'm not that desperate. Let's find out how yes, transform to a human. Let's find out how expensive that magic armor is. Seems to be clipping a bit. When you say clipping, do you mean in an audio sense, as in I'm digitally distorting? Clipping. You mean in audio terms, right? Sharp cuts in audio. Oh, don't fucking tell me. Ethan, I do have to tell you that there's a very small number of people who can actually offer sensible feedback to a live stream. And you are one of those people, obviously. If there has been an intermittent audio issue throughout this recording, I'm kind of in trouble. What I'm going to possibly leaps between moments in video. That does sound like something on your end, Ethan. I have never come across that issue before. Thanks for letting me know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue the recording, but I will not save my progress until I have watched back the live stream. So what it sounds like, Ethan, is that that's a streaming related problem. It seems to relate to whatever you're watching on the internet. I don't think that's what I'm encoding currently. So, yeah, but thank you for letting me know. I encourage every person who experiences issues with my live stream to let me know, because if it isn't addressed while live, then it will be a full recording that is fucked. So, well look, Ethan, I do think that it's a problem with your stream. I do have people who have issues with Twitch, and sometimes weird shit happens, but what you're describing has never been an issue in the 3 years that I've been live streaming, so yeah, so RxYarn says he hasn't heard anything at all so far. So I do think it is you, Ethan. But again, I don't want to discourage any person from expressing their weird, choppy, or bad streaming experience with me, because it could be on my end. It's always possible. I literally have out of sync video and audio, and people don't say anything. I'm sitting here going, guys, fuck me. This is not usable. I can't keep this. I can't actually do anything with this video because it's out of sync and no one said anything. Anyway, what am I doing? I'm checking to see how expensive the magic armor is. That's what I'm doing here. Anyway. Oh, I need to let my friend know that I will be ready to watch anime soon. He's probably like, where are you? He was just asking me when I'm going to sleep. So, that's a good sign. It means that he's not yet ready to accost me and say, where the fuck are you? Let's watch anime. Marload Mart. This store has one purpose, and that is selling me magic armor. How much is it? I can't fucking afford it. Are you joking? Oh my god. 598 rupees. What irony. What fucking irony. What costs 11 rupees? Or even 12 rupees? You know what? Let's do it. Do you deal in being the #1 irritation of a person's life? Okay, that's fine. My quiver is full, is it? Eat shit, man. I'm trying to lower my rupee count so that I can get that 100 rupees and then make up the rest of it, you fucker. You absolute cock. Red Pope. Yeah, I would suggest not, Ethan. But again, thank you for letting me know. I will make sure that I watch back the VOD, though. I don't want to take any chances. Okay. What are we going to do? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to consume one of my potions if I can. I'm going to have... Oh, I don't really want to use any of these. These are all really good. Superb Soup is really good, and Fairy's Tears is really good. Ah. I'll have Superb Soup, okay. It's for a good cause. Fuck. I can always get more. I can go back to the manor, the mansion, whatever you want to call it. This music is depressing. I'm sure some people find it really invigorating, but to be honest, no. I regret everything of what I've just done. Whatever. Fuck, I don't want to have to get that many rupees. I don't want to have to do it. Whatever. I'll take it. I have to get some rupees now to get a few more. A few more than I really needed to. I would have rather... Stop it. Buy one, get one. You poor hypnotized individual. I hope you're paid to stand there and dance like that all day like an imbecile. Otherwise, I really can't imagine why you're bothering. Fucking hell. Right, let's go and get that 100 rupees. This is a very roundabout way to get this done, but I may as well. I may as well get the magic armor. If I'm ever worried about having too many rupees, I'll just use the magic armor. And I won't have to worry about that anymore. Oh, I've hit the maximum number of rupees that I can carry. I'll just use the magic armor and deplete them all. I will expend every rupee that I own. Every coin to my name will be lost. Get over here. Come on. Let's go, come on. Don't be shy. Actually, I better take you over here. I can't climb that. I'm gonna kill you. I'm giving due notice so that you can prepare yourself for death, okay? you are coming over here, and I think that's appropriate. Possibly? I hope so. That should be fine. Distance-wise. Not if you jump like that, Link. If you choose to jump like that, then we're going to have some issues here. Come on. Up you go. That's entirely me. That's nothing to do with Link, that's nothing to do with the game, that has everything to do with my personal inability to play the game. Alright? Be rest assured of that fact. Now get the 100 rupees and actually keep it this time. You got an orange rupee! Yeah. I have to go and get a few more rupees. Precisely 13 of them. And, you know, I'm gonna... Oh, hello. That's more than I was expecting from this one patch of grass. It's pretty good, actually. I like that. Alright. Well, I'll continue along those lines. I think that's quite good. What's this? It's a golden bug. I'm gonna catch it. Actually, I don't need to. I don't need the... I didn't mean to say that I didn't need to catch the bug. I meant to say that I didn't need to equip the claw shot because guess what? I can do that. Actually, was that a new one? Male butterfly, wasn't it? Yeah, man, that's new. I don't have any butterflies. Does he have a special pouch where he keeps insects? What the fuck is that about? How strange is that? This Link is a rather eccentric individual. He has a special pouch where he keeps bugs. Look, if you're vying for Agatha, that's fine, but I know you're not. You've got Midnight. I know you're not vying for Agatha. I don't even think she'd be a good lay. I think she'd be too busy wondering why you don't have an insect's penis. So, I don't think so somehow. But anyway. What is that sound outside? That is not thunder. I thought it might be thunder, but it's not. I no longer have to wonder if it's thunder because I have now convinced myself that it's not. It was raining before, that's why I thought it was thunder. Okay. No, it's not the sound of a bomb going off. I do not live in a place adjacent to Russia. Alright, we're almost there. We're almost there. I need 2 more rupees, come on. I don't know what happened. I was having so much fun, and all of a sudden, I almost had the number of rupees that I needed. And now I have the rupees that I need. 600 is my maximum. But even if I hit 600, that's okay. I'll be alright. I will be able to purchase the magic armor. I just won't be able to use it for a while. Because I obviously will not have any rupees. That's the catch. Unless of course you have 1,000 and you purchase it while you have 1,000 rupees. Under those circumstances, indeed, you will be able to purchase it. I have the exact money. The exact money. I don't think anyone really considers just how inconvenient it would be for Link to pay these people. Because much of the money that I hold is in green rupees. That is single rupees. I did not mean to go down here. I'm being stupid. But yeah, he has a lot of single green rupees, so... What the fuck? Imagine having to count that out. Link is actually not all that welcome in these stores, I think you'll find. Welcome! I don't know what you have to take to be so excited, but I think I need some of it. We have sold out of magic armor. that has no relevance to me because I'm the person who bought it, okay? You got the magic armor, I didn't get it. You got the magic armor. You bought it. You are smart. You bought it at Marlow Mart. Here I was about to make a joke, but the game is too busy making a joke on its own, so I may as well read it and then relax, because there is no joke that needs to be made. The game is doing it on its own. Wear it and your rupees will become magical. The armor will protect you, so if you get hit, you lose rupees. Not health. Doesn't it consume your rupees as you wear it? I think it does both. I think instead of taking hearts, it takes rupees, and it also consumes rupees. Something like 1 rupee per second while wearing it. That's pretty rough. How does he carry all that around? He's got a magical pouch. That's the thing. You don't realize that everything he touches is magical. He doesn't have a bow, he has a hero's bow, or a fairy bow. It's never just a bow, there's some sort of magical property to it. You know, that sort of thing. That's the idea. Everything he carries is not standard or normal. It's special in some way. And that also includes his rupee pouch. Alright. I need to go and interact with these statues. I interacted with one of them, but not such that I could achieve the objective. No! Not such that I could achieve, not obchieve, which is what I just said, which is not a word. Obchieve. Wow. Anyway. I guess I achieved an objective, which means that I achieved something. Yeah. Wow. That's really special. Anyway. Transform into a human, thank you. Long story short, I was not able to actually do what I'm about to do, which is move this thing over here. Creating a path. Stop climbing on things. Stop it. Hey everyone! I wish this game would come to the Switch. You know what? It should have come to the Switch. There is precisely no reason why this game didn't come to the Switch, except for the fact that Nintendo are so incapable of making sensible monetary decisions for themselves as a company, and also making decisions for the benefit of the people who play their games, that the game remains, like, what, 7 years after it came out? On the Wii U? Unplayable on the Switch? Like, what the fuck? It's unbelievable. And very sad. But I do have it on the Wii U. I did a recording of it. I did a full playthrough of it, in fact. Really? The marker remains on the map, even if I've interacted with it? What is this? The European version of the Minish Cap? Okay, now. That's an obscure reference. Only hardcore Zelda fans will understand that one. But anyway. Yes, I think I agree. Tron says if they can't even get the Nintendo 64 right, as far as emulation is concerned, then they're going to have real problems with the GameCube. What's incredible is that the community has been able to get the Nintendo 64 emulation of any game, not just Zelda, right for about 15 years now. And then Nintendo comes out with emulated games for money, and it doesn't work. That's pretty special, and not in a good way. That's really fucking stupid. And embarrassing. They wonder why people want to pirate their content. It's because they are incapable of selling it to the people who want to buy it. That's why. Imagine that. We're Nintendo. We were founded in the 1800s, and we happen to actually have the same sort of business outlook as the people who founded us back in the 1800s. We're just that progressive. Alright, I need to bring this forward. That's not how we want to do it. Bring you forward a little more. Try it again. There we go. That's how we do that. And then we get the little scene again. I can't skip. See this? Are you seeing this? You are witnessing this. I know what happens. I don't need to see it again. Anyway. So that's those ones taken care of. I don't know what I've done and what I haven't done because it's all still marked on my map, but fuck me sideways, I'm gonna have to engage my brain and actually remember what I've done and what I haven't done. Oh my god, the pressure is on. I have to use my brain, what am I gonna do? I say that tongue-in-cheek, but seriously, the European version of the Minish Cap, and if you know anything about the kinship stones, the little medallions that you connect, in that game, everything that you do with those kinship stones is marked on your map permanently, whether you've been there or not. And I'm telling you, that's bad. That's really bad. You don't really truly understand it until you've played the European version of that game. And I have. So, I've got it. And it's bad. The cartridge looks better, but it's bad. In fact, I don't really get that. The European version, if I remember correctly, the European version came out in 2005, along with the Japanese version. No, excuse me, it came out in 2004, along with the Japanese version. And then in 2005, there was an international release in America and in Australia. And the international release had this really ugly red background on the cartridge with the Minish Cap logo on it. Whereas the original, as well as the European version, had this really beautiful Minish forest background with the Minish Cap logo. Why did they take something that was picturesque and beautiful and turn it into solid red? Hello? Am I missing something? Anyway. Did I interact with this thing? Let's find out. I did. Yeah. Great. That's precisely what I wanted to achieve in that moment, and I'm now moving on to the next one. Fucking hell. Wasn't there another one here? I swear there was another one. Am I going crazy? I remember that there was one, like down there. Maybe not. It's not marked on the map, so as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't exist. That's how we're gonna go with it. Yes, the American version is different. The USA version of the Minish Cap is totally different from the European version. This is how the versions of the Minish Cap work. You've got the original Japanese version. Again, it came out in 2004. And then you've got the European version, also coming out in 2004. The Japanese version then had a second release in 2005. The US and Australia got that second version of the Japanese release in English. The Europeans got the original Japanese release from 2004. There were a number of differences. A lot of things were changed to make the game a little easier, just a little bit easier. I would say in a balanced way. But in particular, the major change was that you were able to see when you had visited one of those kinstone locations. So when you matched one of your stones with another person's stone, it would reveal a location on the map that you could interact with. In the US version, that marker would disappear once you had been there. But in the original version and the European version, that would not disappear. So it got really fucking confusing after a while as to where you had been and where you hadn't been. Past a certain point, you've got no fucking idea where you have been and where you haven't been. It gets really, really confusing. Your only hope is if you take notes. If you have taken notes from the beginning of your play to the end of it, you might be fine. But if you haven't, you're fucked. You're completely fucked. So yeah, that's the situation. I'm pretty sure that the Let's Play I'm doing is in the US version, because I didn't want to actually record the European version. I was tempted to do that because I wanted to showcase a version of the game that many people hadn't seen. There are slight differences. There are differences in how you acquire certain items, there are differences in terms of soundtracks that are played, but it's not worth experiencing the crap that I just mentioned, where you can't actually see where you have been and where you haven't been. It's not worth it. So, I am recording the US, but are you shitting me? Alright, fine. I see what needs to be done. I think this might be for rupees. I don't think this is for a heart piece. Unless this is for a heart piece and the last one was for rupees and I'm getting confused. That's definitely possible. Let's find out. Doomlink. You're a very special young man, that's what you are. Alright. That should do. Again, Link cannot climb onto that. He becomes disabled momentarily. He cannot extend his arms, that's what it is. He's got a physical disability. He needs support. Not, you know, we can't make light of his physical incapabilities. We need to support him. It's not a laughing matter. It's not a moment for levity. It's a moment for conscientious support. There's too many S's in that phrase. It is rupees, okay. Yeah. Now I can use the magic armor. If you wouldn't mind. How many does it consume? Holy shit! Holy shit. It's more like 4 rupees per second. I think that's going a bit far. Whose idea was this again? And it consumes rupees when you take a hit? What the fuck? That's insane. I can't get over that. I thought it was going to be like 1 rupee per second. Nope. More like 4. Jesus. It's like 4 every half second. Sorry, 2 every half second. Anyway. So we've dealt with these ones, yes. We've dealt with those ones. We now need to move on to that one, and then there's that one, and then that should be it. Yep, 2 more left. Very good. Two hours and 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. What the hell? Woo! Now this one, I think, gives me a heart piece. Basically, I can gain access to the Sky character fairly early on, but if I persist in solving the puzzle... Oh no, that is rupees. That is rupees. I'm not going to do it. Not for rupees. Not this one. It's not worth it. It's not worth my time, so I'm not going to do it. I have learnt my lesson. I was so convinced that this was going to give me rupees in the past that I went for it. I really did go for it. But it doesn't give you a heart piece. I hope I said that right. I hope I didn't say that I was so convinced it was going to give me rupees. If I said that, then I'm an idiot. I meant to say that I was so convinced that it would give me a heart piece, but it does give me rupees, in actual fact. Which is why it's not worth it. Okay, now, one more to go. Fucking hell. Can't even conduct a commentary right now. I think I'm going the faster way. Yeah. I'm fairly convinced of that. White wine. White wine puts me in a funny mood. I don't know what it is. Are you shitting me? I'm just trying to... I'm just minding my own business. Hold on. I know what to do. I know precisely what to do. What other option is there, really? I didn't really need to do this. There was grass just back there. Hello? Oh, that's rather characteristic of you, opponent. Being incapable of doing so much as rounding a corner to reach me. Oh, and you can't even go further. You fucking useless animal. You have always been useless, and I hate you, and I regret for even a moment considering that you were a viable option when it comes to progressing forward through the game. What a joke, really. What a hilarious notion. Stop that. Take me forward. I can't even see where I'm going. You've got no hope of seeing where I'm going. If I can't see where I'm going, because you've got a darker view of the game than I do. And I do mean that literally. Okay. Fucking hell. I can't continue for much longer. Oh, I see. I can make use of Midna for this. I have to transform into a wolf though. Here we go. There we go, and there's a cave over here. Or there's something. What the hell is this? Oh no, what is this? How do I get up there? I don't even remember. I know precisely what that is. Yeah. This is something that can be accessed from the guy with the funny hair. But before I do that, I need to take a trip to the bathroom. I'll be back in a moment. This is what happens when you consume too much liquid on camera. Oh, goodness me. Well, it was not specified, Tron. It was not specified. You can only assume. Okay. Yeah, sure. Sure. Definitely. Without a doubt. Alright. So, as I said, the man with the funny hair, the guy with the giant bird's nest on his head. What is this? Oh, that's... What is this? Yeah, what a good question. Really. No, someone will see you. He's already scared shit. He's not scared shitless. It sure is rare to see wolves around these parts. You're a good boy now, aren't you? A good boy, don't hurt me. Yeah, all good. All good, man. I'm not gonna... Oh, fuck me. Actually, don't fuck me. I'm in dog mode. Don't do that. Don't ruin my childhood like that. Anyway, let's... What's wrong with me? Let's bomb the rock. This is a rock that can be bombed, I know that very well. And then we can turn into a wolf. Yes. No. I know that I have the... well, whether I do or not. Perhaps I don't have the option to use Midna. It doesn't matter. This is what we want to interact with. This should be the last Sky character. It should actually say that it is. The ancient Skybook is filled with its missing characters. This is a crucial clue to finding a path to the sky. Set it to Y or X and check it. No. I'm going to not. What I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is finish the recording. I'm going to check back to make sure the recording is fine before saving, so I won't be saving on camera. But, yeah, I'll be having a bit of a cursory examination of the state of the recording. And if it seems fine, if I can't hear any anomalies or anything of that sort, then I'll save. I need to make sure I do that though. But that is it for now. In the next recording we will take the book to Shad, and then he will look at the book and then, you know, basically the stuff that really does specifically relate to the Sky Island will begin. And we'll be doing that in the next recording. For now, I do bid you all farewell. It has been, you know, almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. But I thank you all for watching, and I will bid you all farewell for the moment. Bye-bye.